Well, guys, it turns out that I'm not going to be famous as quickly as I'd like to be. So I'm coming on here, to start my YouTube career. In this YouTube video, we're going to be talking about what it's like to have ambitions that just seem ridiculously far from your managed expectations of what you can conceivably achieve in a certain length of time. I am 25. I have recently turned 25 as of November 24th of this past year. And ever since I was a kid, I have really looked up to, musicians and people that perform and make music and do art. My dad was very talented, like drawer. He was very good at drawing. He went to art school and subsequently dropped out. My mom, I remember her being very like vocal all around the house. She was just always like singing or dancing or pretending or whatever. She was very like outgoing and she had a very like upbeat, uplifting, like kind of like whimsical personality. And she was in our church dance group. She did do a really good job there, where you know practicalities came into play. Is kind of where my parents veered off from their original trajectories. I guess maybe they wanted something different for their lives. And so my dad became more practically a chef, and that ended up working out for him after a lot of trial and error. And, from what I've been told, getting fired a lot and trying to move up, with different opportunities. And then with my mom, she just like planted her feet in school as best she could, juggling a lot of, you know, comeuppances, I guess. She had like, random things happen to her that maybe either lit a fire under her or like just gave her more of a challenge to throw herself at, and she really did that, and they both managed some level of success within their own lives. My dad, I guess he wasn't really successful until after he was around 30, which is when things started really happening for him. And my mom, I guess a similar story. She had graduated school and then she started nursing and trying to do that. And then she had a little bit more financial responsibility. So she decided to veer off into different things like case management and stuff. And that's kind of where she's at. And for me, I don't really know where I am at. I know that I have a restaurant job. That I'm unfulfilled at. I know that I've always wanted to make art, and I really love to write, and I really love like fantasy and as much as I love fantasy, like the themes and like having a fantastical viewpoint of life, I also really love like reading like nonfiction. Fiction is kind of hard for me to get through because it's kind of hard for me to imagine. Funny enough, I, I I don't know. I think I have like a deep appreciation for it, and yet somehow there's something in me, maybe insecurity or something, that kind of stops me from being able to like really throw myself into a book or maybe like writing a song or making a piece of artwork or whatever people think that artists do. um I I I'm a collector of things. I collect interests. I collect memories. I guess that's what I've been doing with myself. Is just collecting and deciding what is and isn't a valuable part of what I've amassed so far. And I really do want to make a significant impact on my community. Like, I want to be able to help. The proverbial help. I don't know. I want to be able to stabilize people's situation, so that way they can, fully blossom into themselves. I don't think I necessarily need to be fully responsible for it, but I think by virtue of being responsible for myself and helping myself to do that, maybe it could potentially help like other people in the world, as other people have helped me with my shit. So I just want to be able to give back. give back. I don't really know what that fucking means, but I really am interested in like maybe like potentially like grassroots organization, or maybe like hermetic work, you know, like what I mean by that is like, you know, coming into myself, I guess, and whatever that would look like financially, I'm not sure, but kind of really trying to do the inner lifting so that way I can maybe provide like a philosophical standpoint that people can develop and work with. Maybe I'm not sure, but you know, those are like my moral and personal values that I try to weave into the things that are more like hobbies or interests that are, you know, less for everyone. I don't know. Either way, as far as like singing goes, you know, I have stage fright. And I was in a talent show when I was in middle school, and didn't go well, so that kind of like affected me as far as like singing goes. I can do karaoke all day, I can sing in the shower, I can sing talk at you, but oh look, he's resting. He was just sorry, I watched these like soundscape videos, and the last one was this same looking night. He was like in a cold like medieval castle wall, and now he's in a beautiful rainbow field. So I hope that happens to me too. But either way, yeah, stage fright, and I just really want to tackle that because I think that comes from a sense of insecurity that I've always felt you know, my whole life. And you know, we all have that. And I would just like to develop on my shit and come into myself a little bit more and see what I really as a person have to offer this world. And if that's not what I imagined, I'm willing to work with that. I just really want to give what I can while I'm here, you know? I really want to give that to myself as well. Because I think growing up anxious and insecure and not really feeling myself, I took away from myself a lot. I was like, you're not good at this, you're not good at that. And it was like always some bullshit like that. So it's just frustrating because as much as I've ever, you know, thought that I was capable, I've always also been like, well, how the fuck am I gonna get there, you know? Like, I just kind of pushed it to the future. Like, oh, when I'm this age, I want to do this. But, you know, the tangible work that happens every single day has always been the struggle or the challenge, and it's always eluded me. The effort and the follow through, you know? So I'm really attempting to do that, and that's why I just started recording this video. I don't know if my stream of consciousness is necessarily followable. We're gonna make words because I don't have a word for that. But if this managed to touch any of your warm hearts, go ahead and like talk to me about it. My, I guess, preliminary goal is to establish communication, to talk to people, see what's out there, put myself out there. That's all I can do. Updates later, maybe? Who knows? Okay. Nice chatting with ya. Goodbye.